This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. So in the last class, we saw a CI/CD pipeline for your Kubernetes environment, how can you deploy it? And so probably since we did not mention the namespace, sorry, your the version number, release name, for that reason being, it's trying to create its own name, and every time when it's trying to run your CI/CD pipelines, it's trying to create a new name over there, and it's not matching. For that reason, it's getting failed. So I have to mention your release name as well, so that it will be in sync. Okay. So now let's jump into the other concept here, Terraform. So this, what is meant by Terraform in here? So what is the need of my Terraform? So Terraform is like, this is a kind of a third-party tool which can be owned by a company called as HashiCorp. Okay. So what is the need of this Terraform? So using Terraform, we can create the resources in the cloud, Azure cloud engine. See, earlier we already create the resources using your ARM template. We already used this one as well earlier, but again, so you have, this is like, this particular things can be done because, like, this has been a part of your Azure. So it's a part of Azure in here, where Terraform is not a part. This is a totally, it's your kind of a third, party kind of tool, which is not relates to Azure in here. So even this has been used to create the resources nowadays. So they are asking for Terraform as well. Okay, for that reason, we are having this particular concept in here as well. So how can you use a Terraform? So Terraform, as I told, is a third-party tool. Is it like this Terraform has been used only for my Azure cloud in here, or can we use for any other things as well? So the name itself says that, it's since a third-party tool, is not only for my Azure level. So you can create the resources in any of the cloud in here. I would say in any cloud, you can go and create the resource using your Terraform in here. It can be your Microsoft Azure, it can be your Amazon Web Services, or it can be a Google Cloud Platform, it can be your Oracle Cloud. So whatever it is. So any kind of cloud, when you're trying to create any kind of resources, you can use your Terraform. But the way the process of creating a resources within your ARM template and the way it process using your Terraform is totally different. So this is nowhere related to each other in here. But of course, the options what we require to create a resources are, those are same, but the way you process, where you go forward, or all those things will be totally will be different. So now, what is the first step in here with respect to my Terraform? So the very first step is like, the Terraform, you're using your third-party tool to create resources within my Azure. So how does your Terraform, because Terraform is common to all the clouds in here, but when you're trying to run your scripts, when you're trying to create resources with respect to my Azure in here, how can you say that, okay, this is for only for respect to Azure? How can you help your Terraform to understand that whatever you're running in here, you're running for my Azure level only, or I'm running for my Azure or no AWS in here? So there should be something in between to make or to tell your Terraform that was you are trying to work for Azure cloud in here, and that is nothing but called as your provider file. Okay, so the very first initial step what you require is your provider file in here. So without a provider file, your Terraform cannot understand for which cloud it has been working for. Okay, so it's a kind of a script you have in here, provider file. Okay, so see here, I'll show you the example of provider file what I have. So let's can pull that from Google as well. Your provider file Terraform in Azure. Okay, so this is being provided by HashiCorp. So click on your first link. Now scroll down. So see here, this is the part what you have to mention. This is script what we have in here. So Terraform required providers Azure IAM, and so it's a version 3.0 in here, and configure the Microsoft Azure provider, Azure RM. So this is for with respect to my Azure. Similarly, if I want to go and search for my provider for my AWS, for example, for AWS version, so again click on the first link. So you can see here the kind of other pin, the similar kind of stuff you have in here. Only thing is like, so you are trying to make a change wherever you have your Azure, you're trying to give it as AWS in here. So HashiCorp Azure RM, and here you can have HashiCorp AWS. Okay, and you can see 3.0 version in here, and here also they're trying to mention some tilde and 3.0 version in here. So provider Azure RM, and here provider is AWS. So this is a small change in your here and there, but it's almost similar. So similar, this is what is a provider file for what? For your Terraform to understand that you are trying to run for my respective cloud or respect to my AWS, whatever you have in here. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to provide this, you have to place this particular script when you're trying to run your Terraform script so that your Terraform can understand. Okay, this is the first step. So what next? So next is like, so once you have your provider file created in here, so next is like you have some basic commands to follow. Some basic, or I would say the main commands to follow with respect to Terraform. The very first command, it's called as your Terraform initiate. Terraform initiate. So what this will do, this when you try to run this particular command in here, this will try to look for your provider file, and whatever you have the provider file, it will try to understand. Okay, so we are trying to run. So Terraform initiate means this Terraform will be initiated for my Azure level in here. So based upon your provider file only, the things will be initiated. If you do not have your provider file, then you cannot initiate the things in here. The things will be getting filled up. Okay, so it's very, very important. So initiate, this helps the Terraform to understand, or Terraform to initiate the environment and get ready for running the scripts, like or running the scripts to create the resources in here in your Azure in here. So Terraform initiate is very, very important, because when you, before starting any initial things, you have to initiate your Terraform first. So then only you try to initiate the environment, and this will try to look for your provider file as well, and try to understand that just Terraform, please be ready to run your scripts in your Azure in your cloud in here. Okay, so all those things will be completed, covered in your Terraform initiations in here. So when you're trying to add a new scripts again, one more time, try to initiate things in it, so that way it will be covered and it will be updated within your Terraform environment. Okay, we will see all this in practically in here. Second thing, you have something called as your Terraform plan. Plan in here. So what is this one? So Terraform plan is something, before applying, before doing the actual stuff. For example, you're trying to travel from one place to another place. So before starting your journey, what you'll do, you try to come up with your plan. So what's your plan? Okay, my plan is to something like, my plan is to start at 7 o'clock in the morning AM, and I'm starting. I'll be having 5 members with me. I'm starting with my own car. So all this is a plan, right? Similarly here as well, we have a Terraform plan. So what is this plan in here? So based upon the scripts what you mentioned, for example, anyway, you'll be having your provider file in here. So provider dot tf. Tf is the extension of the file, nothing but called as a Terraform. So anyway, you'll be having your first thing provider file to make sure that you're trying to run for my Azure. Very good. Other one I'm having like rg.tf or uh, resource underscore group dot group.tf in here. So what is this one? This contains a script where it tries to create the resource group for us within our subscription. So again for that, so you can get the syntaxes from here as well again. So you saw your provider file. So here itself, create a resource group. So generally to create a resource group, what we require mainly two things. One is like your resource group name and where you want to deploy the resource group in here. The same thing, the name and my location. But the way to represent that, so this is the code, what you have in here. Okay, so within my Terraform group, resource group.tf file, I'll mention this particular script or this particular code in here so that it will start creating it in here. So within my scripting level, the first thing I will have my provider file, where the provider file contains the total code what you have in here. And second thing, I am trying to create one more file with the resource group.tf. So this one, it contains a code inside it, but based upon this particular code, I am trying to create my resources group in here. So VRIT-RG is one of the resource group and location is my where I want to go ahead and do my things in here. Good. Okay. So now when you try to have this particular script in here, and when I say Terraform plan, what it will do. So currently I'm having two scripts, provider.tf and resource group.tf in here. So when I say now Terraform plan in here, what will happen is like, it go to my resource group.tf and read the code in here, and it says that BRT hyphen is the one where you want to create it. So now I should know whether is this a new one or old one. The first thing is like, do we have created my VRIT hyphen RG resource group earlier using Terraform? This is the first step. Second thing, if not created, or else if it's already created, then do we have the same resource group available at my Azure portal? So these two things need to confirm. First thing is like, do we need to create? Do we have created this particular resource group? What you mentioned in the script earlier using Terraform? If not, is it like, do we have the same resource group name? Resource group name is available at my Azure portal or not? So these two questions it has to answer. So mainly the very first step is like, this is a secondary part. This is a secondary part in here. The main point is like, the first part. So now it has to compare with someone, right? Because how did you, it's saying that do my VRT-RG has been created earlier with using Terraform or not? So how do you know that? So after compare this particular name with some other code or some other list where I have all the list of my resources which has been created earlier using Terraform. So with what I need to compare now this name in here to know that whether I created earlier using Terraform or not. So the file which has been used to compare the file, oh my god, which is which is used to compare is called terraform.tf state file. Terraform tf state file in here. So this is the file which will be created by default. So we will not get any file in here. So this is the file which will be created by default, and whenever you try to run your script at least once, before you run, suppose you're trying to run from scratch level. So when you try to run for scratch level, this particular file will not be there for sure, because this will be created if you run at least once. So since you're not, it's the first time, this file will not be there. And since file is not there, nothing to compare with respect to my VRIT in here. So it takes it granted that this is the brand new one which need to be created from your Terraform level. Okay, needs to be created from a Terraform level in here. So that is a plan coming up with us. So what's the plan? So this is the new one I can see in here, because I don't see my TF state file in here. And since this file is not available, I'll make sure that this is my new resource group which I'll be creating from a Terraform level in here. So one resource will be added. So this is just a plan up to what? Up to my Terraform level. I'm not sure whether the same name is already available in a portal or not. I'm not sure about that. But up to my first half in here, I'm since my Terraform PF is not there, what I'll do, I'll try to check that this. I'll make sure that this is the new one. I will try to create this in my Azure portal in here. So we'll try to come up with a plan saying that this is the old one or the new one. So one thing will be added to your subscription. All those things in here. So that is nothing but my plan. For example, think that, okay, so for the first time you do not have your TF state file in here, and you ran it, you say yes, okay, go ahead and create it. So once you create it, your VIT-G will be there in a subscription now. It got created over there, and you can do the thing whatever you want with that resource group. So later on you what you did, like so you made some kind of changes. So from West Europe, I make it like West US. West US. So now since you read all to one time, so within my TF state file for sure, I'll be having my details of my VRIT-RG and the location, West Europe. Whatever it is in here, I'll be having all these details within my TF state file in here. Okay, so now when I'm trying to make a changes to my existing script, and when I'm trying to rerun it, now what it will say? It will say that it will try to compare my VR-RG and my location with the details what is available within my TF state file in here. So name is not changed, but I can see my location got changed in here. So what it will do, it will try to create, it says that the things are being modified. There's a one thing need to be changed. Things have been getting modified in here. So I'll try to update one. Okay, so how it has been trying to say I need to update one by comparing my current script with my TF state file. So TF state file is something like it's a kind of a memory where it contains each and every pinpoint of details information what you do in your Terraform. So whatever create your things, whatever you delete the thing, deletions automatically the details will be deleted from your TF state file as well. But if you are trying to create the resources using your Terraform, for sure that detail will be included in your TF state file in here at any cost. So it's like kind of a memory, because whatever you're trying to run in a script level, that particular name will be compared against my TF state file, and based upon that only my plan will be popped up. So based upon the plan, if you're okay with that, if you say yes, that will go ahead and try to create things for you. So here TF state is very, very important. It's like kind of a memory to your Terraform. If you remove that particular file or if you delete the particular file, simply your total memory is lost. Your Terraform will never understand, will never know what are the resources I have created earlier using Terraform. So that's how it's so important your TF state file is in here. Okay, but here up to this level, you're just trying to come up with a plan by comparing with my TF state file, but you're not executing anything in here, guys. I'm just trying to, this is the plan what I have. Are you agree with this? Then okay, it will never ask you any permissions again. You just come up with the plan. This is what it will be going to happen for you. Just an information level. So based upon the current script what you have in here, and based upon the things what I have a TF state file, this is no, this is what this need to be added, this is need to be deleted, or this need to be changed. So this is the what I have my plan. That's it. Up to plan level information only try to provide in here. So, okay, now by seeing this particular plan, okay, I say that, okay, it's looking good for me. I want to execute this plan. How can you execute your plan in here? For that reason being, we have a third one point called as Terraform apply. So Terraform apply is the one who can execute the plan. So this executes the plan what it has. So even Terraform apply pulls to the same plan or pulls to the same information what your Terraform provided to you. But along with that, Terraform apply providing the information with respect to Terraform plan. Along with that, it also comes up saying that do you want to proceed with the plan in here. So it comes for approval process. It also asks for my approval in here. So if you say that, okay, I'm good to go, you have to simply say yes. Simply say only yes, no why. Yes. Then automatically it will connect to your subscription and it will try to create or it will try to make the changes as per the plan what you trusted or what you granted to the Terraform to go ahead and complete the stuff in here, complete the process in here. So Terraform applies the one to execute. Terraform plan just for providing the plan by comparing the things with my TF state file in here. If it's a brand new first time you're trying to run in here, there will be no TF state file. So whatever you have in the script, that will be treated as a new one, which has been trying to create from your Terraform in here, and that will be changed there saying that one thing need to be added in here. So initialization of a Terraform environment, getting the plan after compare with my TF state file later on, and to execute that I have a Terraform apply. So even this comes with the plan in here. So this comes with the plan and executes the plan. So both are things are available within Terraform. So you can skip your Terraform plan. It's not really required because the same plan what you're trying to provide in here has been coming up with my Terraform apply as well in here. But along with that, you also have an option execute the plan as well. So to proceed with that, you have to say yes. And finally, you have the last one, Terraform destroy, which is very, very dangerous in here. Destroy. So when you say Terraform destroy, it will try to destroy all your, as per the TF state file, whatever the list you have in here. Suppose you try to run multiple resource groups, virtual machines, ACR. So whatever you have in your TF state file, the details based upon that, all my resources will be deleted permanently. It's not reversible again. We can't revert it. Okay. So destroy. This will delete all the resources within the subscription or within the resource or within your subscription. This will delete all the resources within the subscription in here. At the same time, all the resources in the sense in here based upon, it will delete all the resources based upon the details AVAIL available in TF state file, and that will be done within my subscription level. So this will delete all the resources based upon the details available in my TF state file, and where it will delete, that will delete in my subscription level, that will delete in my cloud level in here. So this is very dangerous one, the final one. Okay, so mainly the main commands: Terraform initiate, Terraform plan, Terraform apply, and Terraform destroy. So these are the main things you can go ahead and you can make the things happen in here. So any questions guys up to this level? Terraform provider file or the other main commands what we just discussed. Okay. So now, okay, so how can you install your Terraform now? So because this is also kind of a CLI we have in here where we can run your commands, but how can I install my Terraform? So Terraform, I'm not trying to install directly in my local system in here. So what I will do, like I will try to create one of my Linux system, Linux virtual machine, and within my Linux virtual machine, I will try to download my Terraform. So what are the steps? Steps to download and execute the or install, I would say. It's not like installing, just placing the it's kind of a helm what you have done, similar to here as well. Download and install the Terraform in here. Step one. So we have a we have a URL, because I want to download my Terraform, right? So but I'm not downloading a local machine. I would like to have my URL to be captured so that I can using my URL. I want to download my Terraform in here. So for that, see, you go to Google. So here you can say like Terraform installation on Ubuntu. Install Terraform. Verify the installation, or let me go back. Yeah, let's check this one. apt package. This hash got things got changed. You can see download CLI on the top. Yeah, this is the one I'm looking for. So what you have done, I went for my apt package for Debian Ubuntu, something like in here. In the top you can see download CLI. Click on the download CLI. So you can see your Linux system. When you see a Linux system, you can see at the bottom, you can see like AMD 64-bit in here. So right click and you say copy your link address and come back here and try to place it here. So this is the link where I am trying to download my Terraform version 1.1.7 in here. Okay, so this is the file name. It's like a zip file what we have saw for your Helm. Similar to that here as well, we have a zip file in here. So now what I need to do, using this URL, I'm trying to download my things within my Linux system. So when you're trying to go with the Linux virtual machine, when you cannot place your URL directly and say download it. So there should be some kind of command to answer that, but to download, to go through my URL and download my Linux, this particular Terraform file in here. So what's the command for that? So let me go back again. Install so latest version downloads. This is directly pointed to here. Okay. So you can also say Terraform latest version download, but I want to install Terraform in Linux. Let me check the first one. So they should have some kind of commands you have to follow to run your URL within my Linux systems. How to install Terraform? apt packages. Even you can run this one. Sudo apt install Terraform, but probably do not know what version that download it. I can mention like this or else. Sudo apt install Terraform equals to the version what you have. But if you know the version number, then you can mention it. But if you do not know the version number, what it has in here, uh, where is that gone, man? How to install Terraform? Register Ubuntu Terraform. Steps to install Terraform. Okay, anyway, not a problem. I have those steps with me. I just want to pull that from my Google just for you to helpful for you. So these are the steps, guys, actual steps. So download the latest version. So you have the same version available, which I downloaded earlier. So the thing is like we have to mention like wget. Wget is a command where it helps us to go to my, and it go to my URL and get the things downloaded from here. Okay, so wget is the command you have to follow in here. So once you have your things downloaded to my your machine or to my Linux virtual machine in here, so what it's trying to download? It's trying to download your Terraform .zip format. So zip format, it's not worked, right? It will not work. So what I do? I have to unzip it. Unzip it. So where you are into currently, I'm into my Linux system. For that reason, me to I have to install my zip tool in here. For that reason, sudo apt -get install zip and this form confirmation. Do you want to install zip tool compulsory or mandatory? Are you sure? Yes, -yes in here. This is optional. If you do not mention this one, it will give you a prompt. Do you want to make, are you sure to install it? If you can say yes over there again, backend. If you do avoid that one, you can mention like -yes directly within the command prompt. So this is like the time to install a zip tool to unzip my terraform.zip what is being downloaded in here. So later on to unzip it, see unzip terraform start.zip in here. See, probably we may not know what is the version it got downloaded. So I'm not sure about that. But only one thing is like I'm sure that the things will start from terraform underscore and I can have anything in here and for sure I'll be having .zip mandatory. So in this particular place which you're not sure, you can go with start. So that's the flexibility you have within your Linux system. So you can go and unzip the files which is starting with what? My Terraform in here underscore. So these two are mandatory. If you files are having Terraform in here and no underscore, those will not be considered since because you have mentioned clearly that Terraform underscore. So only these files will be considered and those what are the files you have with this particular format starting the file of the name of the file starting with terraform underscore, all those files will be pulled and if there's a file they'll be unzipped in here. But currently as per our things we have only one, right? We have only one file in here. So to make sure you can either mention the total file name or you can mention simply zip. Okay, so that it can unzip the file which has been downloaded for us in here. So let me exit, don't save. Don't save it. So this is the file which I'm trying to download it. I mean unzip the things which has been downloaded already. So now what I need to do? So it's how you went for your Helm charts. Similarly here as well, I'm trying to move my things to my user local bin so that I'm trying to move my executable to a place where my things can be recognized. My Terraform can be recognized over there, and from there onwards I can write down my command times whatever you want in here. So you don't need to add any the path or variable section what you have done for your Helm. Simply download it, install your zip tool, unzip the file what you have downloaded and move to my path. That's it. Automatically Terraform will be recognized. From there onwards, you can go ahead and you can work on your Terraform. Okay, so these are the 4 steps or 5 steps you have to mention. The last one is your Terraform version, to make sure my version is perfectly working or not. It should throw an error. I mean, no, it should provide you like 1.17 version, which has been there within my system. Whatever you have installed your Terraform in here. Okay, so these are steps you have to follow where you can go ahead and you can do the things for you. But before providing or downloading all those things in here, what I need, where you're trying to run all this, the scripts part, as you mentioned earlier, you're trying to creating your resource group, all these things in here. You'll be trying to go to my subscription, right? So subscription means you have to log in into your subscription first. To log in to subscription, what I can do, I can install my Azure CLI within the same Linux system, and I can log in from my Linux system to my subscription level. So again, the very first step is like install your Azure CLI within your Ubuntu system. So using the command line, this one, or you can again say that something like sudo apt install your Azure CLI. Automatically that will be installed if you want, or else try to write any one of the az command. Automatically it says that az not works in here, so try to install with the command. So try to provide you the command line as well over there, or else try to mention this particular command line to download your install your Azure CLI within your Ubuntu system first. So after downloading and installing in here, I have to go and log in into my subscription. So once you log the subscription, then go and download and install your Terraform in here. So once you log into subscription in here, so this login kind of things can be easily known by your Terraform in here. So since you are trying to do everything with the same Linux system and login, you already succeed in here, your Terraform can understand what is the subscription details, all those things in here. So it never asks you separately or specifically for respect to your subscription. So automatically that will be recognized, and whatever you create in your, whatever you run in here, that will be created directly within my subscription level. So these are the main things you have to follow with respect to my Terraform. So once the setup is done, then we can go ahead with your, the provider file, or the main command Terraform initiate, your plan, your the what to say, the Terraform apply, and your destroy. So we can see all those things again. Once you have your Linux machine installed, and within my Linux system, Azure CLI is installed, and inside that, my main things, the Terraform is getting installed in here. So once you do this one, all other things you can slowly run the things. Okay. So we'll see all those things in practical in tomorrow's class. Yeah, so this is like, today we just had a glance. What do you mean by Terraform? What is the actual thing which is required to understand your Terraform that you're trying to run for your Azure cloud? That's nothing but your provider file, and also your TF state file concept, and also your the writing of scripts like RG resource group.tf, and also we try to create more things as well. So this is like just trying to place within your Terraform, within your within your scripting level engine. But to have this all those things to run, everything to run, what we have to do, first of all, we have to set up. So to set up, create your Linux VM and install that, download your Azure CLI. Later try to log into your account in here, download your latest version of your Terraform in here using your wget command and the URL. Try to install your zip tool to unzip my terraform.zip in here, and once you install zip tool, unzip it and move the file to some other path where your things have been started running for your Terraform in here. So once you have this done, then we'll start running your commands. Terraform initiate, Terraform apply. But of course, before trying to run your commands, we have to place your provider file script, which contains the same code what you have in here. At the same time, place one of the small script to create a new resource group within your subscription level. So how it does, how it's trying to create the things in here. So creating a TF state file, compare with the TF state file, coming up with the plans, apply, all those things. We'll see slowly one after one in tomorrow's class. Okay. So any questions, guys? Okay. So tomorrow, I'll try to create my Linux virtual machine and we'll try to install your Terraform first, and then we'll try to come with your command lines. We'll see how it goes from there. Okay. Thank you guys then. Have a great day ahead and we'll tomorrow same time. Bye bye.